In this example, I'm going to go ahead and work through and solve this absolute value equation. So the first thing I need to focus on doing is to get this absolute value expression all by itself. So in order to facilitate that, I'm going to start by subtracting 5 from both sides to get rid of that constant. So I'll have 2 times this absolute value expression over negative 3, and that's going to equal negative 12. So I have this 2 out front and this negative 3 on bottom, so I could say that this is being multiplied by a negative 2/3. So the reciprocal of that will be multiplying both sides by negative 3/2. I'll put this negative 12 over 1. Here the negative 3's will cancel and the 2's will cancel, and I will be left with this absolute value expression all by itself on the left side, and that's what I like. On the right side, my negatives will cancel, and I'll end up with, let's see, 6 and 1, so I'll end up with 18, it looks like. So the absolute value of 5y minus 2 equals positive 18, which means, of course, this absolute value in here, this 5y minus 2, could equal 18, or it could equal negative 18. Because when I take that absolute value, it always becomes non-negative. So I'm going to check both values. Let's see, 5y minus 2 could equal positive 18. Also 5y minus 2 could equal negative 18. And let's go ahead and solve both equations independently. And even though they are independent, you'll notice the properties of equality that we'll use are going to be the same. So adding 2 to both sides on both equations. On the left one, it gives us 5y equals 20. And on the right one, it gives us 5y equals negative 16. And we will divide both sides by 5 in order to isolate that y. So in the left one, I'll have y equals 4. And on the right one, I'll have y equals negative 16/5. So I can say now my values of y are negative 16/5 and positive 4. And these two values will be the solutions for my absolute value equation. And I could plug them in and make sure that they work. You also could do that, but let's go ahead and do the 4 real quick. So 5 times 4 is 20, and 20 minus 2 is 18. The absolute value of 18 is 18. Times 2 is 36, divided by negative 3 is negative 12, plus 5 equals negative 7. So we know that 4 worked just fine. And you know what, while we're at it, let's go ahead and do the negative 16/5. So negative 16/5 times 5 is negative 16. Minus 2 is negative 18. The absolute value makes it positive 18. Times 2 is 36. Divided by negative 3 is negative 12. Plus 5 is also negative 7. So we see that both of those values check out. And so here are the solutions for this absolute value equation.